Hi everyone, this is our lecture on Fragile X syndrome, so let's get started. Let's say that a 12-year-old boy is brought to the office for a routine annual physical examination. He was recently adopted and his parents want to know if he will grow into his large ears and long face when he hits puberty. He will be entering the 6th grade, but his new school assessment reported that he is reading at a 3rd grade reading level. What genetic disease should you consider in this patient? Our learning objectives for this lecture are to explain the genetic cause of Fragile X syndrome and to recognize the phenotypic characteristics of Fragile X syndrome. So, this video is about Fragile X syndrome, which is an X-linked dominant disorder. It occurs because of a trinucleotide repeat in the FMR1 gene. The trinucleotide repeat leads to hypermethylation, which leads to decreased expression of the gene. The trinucleotide repeat expansion of CGG occurs during oogenesis. Are there other trinucleotide repeat disorders you can think of? Yep, there are a few, and some of them include Huntington disease, myotonic dystrophy, and Friedreich's ataxia. Anyway, you are very likely to see Fragile X syndrome in your career. It is the most common inherited cause of intellectual disability. Now I know what you might be thinking. Isn't Down syndrome the most common? Well, Down syndrome is the most common genetic cause, but most cases of Down syndrome aren't inherited. They happen sporadically. The phenotypic characteristic findings of Fragile X include post-pubertal macroorchidism, or enlarged testes, a long face with a large jaw, large everted ears, autism, mitral valve prolapse, and hypermobile joints. Are there other syndromes that you can recall with hypermobile joints as a finding? Yep, you're right if you're thinking of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome or Marfan syndrome. So again, what is the trinucleotide that is repeated in Fragile X syndrome? Yep, it's CGG. So, for our flash case, this boy has large ears, a long face, and has some intellectual disability. So we can consider Fragile X syndrome here. The bottom line is that Fragile X syndrome is an X-linked dominant disorder caused by a trinucleotide repeat expansion of CGG during oogenesis in the FMR1 gene. Fragile X syndrome is the most common inherited cause of intellectual disability, and findings include post-pubertal macroorchidism, long face, large jaw, large everted ears, autism, mitral valve prolapse, and hypermobile joints. That's all I have for you here. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and it'll give you the opportunity to submit a comment if you have any feedback or questions. Thanks for joining me. Study hard.